Okay, people, this is the first of hopefully many how-to videos. I'm going to start here at Vault 76, and the first request I got was to actually show how to collect wood. Now, I'm starting at Vault 76 for the lower level people. However, this information should apply to all. I am going to use a perk called Woodchuck because I need a lot of wood. I've been building houses for friends and used up all my wood. Woodchucker, down there in the bottom left, or bottom right, actually. Animated. Wow. Anyhow, starting here, we're going to just head down the path that you normally would as a level 1. And let's see what we can find for wood. Pick up other stuff that you see you might need too. Such as soot flower. Check this body being level 1. You know, he gives you a weapon, some pre-war money. I usually go off the path because that's how you're going to find the wood. Staying on the path, you won't find much wood. But go off the path, and you look around for fallen logs. Which, with my luck, trying to do this video, I won't find any. Oh, nope, that's a stone. There's a fallen log. Okay, see how it says log, gather, hit X. This is on the PlayStation 4. The letters might be different depending on PC or Xbox. And if you noticed really quickly up in the upper left corner, it flashed 16 logs. That's because of my woodchucker skill. 12 logs that time. Fallen logs. You just walk around looking for fallen trees. Quite simple, really. Oh, we have a little Chinese robot. And he goes flying. Oh, somebody else had killed one earlier. Yes, that's another little thing. If you do not loot the initial body of the enemies that you kill, they will turn into metal piles or meat piles, depending if they're a robot or some sort of fleshy creature. But back to collecting logs. As you see, it's real easy, not hard at all. Just a matter of keeping your eyes open and paying attention. The more foresty areas will have more fallen logs. Just walk around. The path to get down to the first area is right over there to the right. You can still see the wooden railings. You got little places you can explore that don't show up on your map. So you will go to the map real quick and you won't see this on the map. I'm right here, my little arrow, right next to the cow. Zoom in a bit. See, there's nothing there on the map. Whereas over here is a moonshiner shack you can go to because it's right next to 76. There's some low-level enemies there to kill. We got isolated cabin on the way down to the first place. See, the Overseer's Camp is your first destination when you first start. And as you can see, there's a couple of places you can hit on the way to it for some low-level enemies and whatnot. But we'll get into that after. Just exploring real quick, see if there's anything worthwhile here. Oh, we got a first aid kit. Those are always worthwhile. Some Med-X. You can play the banjo, get well tuned for an AP boost. Duffel bag can have all kinds of different stuff in it. I don't need the 44 ammo, so I'm not going to take it. I need wood. Oh, there's a wood pile. You can gather wood from wood piles. Woodchucker still works. Got 12 scraps from that. Another wood pile. Okay, so that only got 8 from that. Got a cooking station here in case you have scrubbing that soot flower, because we need it. Some mut fruit. Pretty much all the wild growing stuff you will need, so it's pretty much recommended to grab it as you're going. Log gathering. Soot flower and dirty water, or soot flower and boiled water make tea. I have yet to actually find a use for the rhododendron, but oh look, we found a fire cap. Those are kind of rare, actually. The only bad thing about gathering the wild flowers is they tend to rot in your bag. Unless you have another perk that you don't get till higher level called Good with Salt. It helps stuff not rot. I'm still kind of going off track a little bit here because, you know, we're trying to find wood and I'm talking about other stuff. Anyhow, as you can see though, it's just a matter of walking along the trails, looking for the fallen logs, looking for wood piles at camps, so on and so forth. You've seen one little enemy, so it's not like you're gonna die looking for the wood. Here's the path that you follow if you're just leaving the vault. You know, just follow the path if you want. Found a couple logs right on the side of the path. A couple soot flower. Or soot flower, however you want to say it. It's S-O-O-T. Not sure how you would pronounce that wherever you're from. I'm up in New Hampshire, so if my sound of my voice is a little odd, then it could be why. It's really cold out there. Going a little off the trail. Another log. Just looking around. And we're just kind of going back to the trail because we don't want to get too far off. We don't want to wander off too far and get lost. Another log. There's the that farm building I showed you on the map. It's a Gilliam lumber mill, so if you're really looking for wood, you can go there. There are some lower level enemies there though, so if you're not ready for combat just yet, you might want to avoid it. As we're going, let's see here. I don't believe you can take the logs off the truck. No, you cannot. But there's a fallen log here. You go in here, there's more logs. I don't think you can gather these. No. Oh, I hear something running around. It's a tick. I hate ticks. It's a level 1 tick, but if they hit you, they poison you. And being low level, they could kill you quite quickly. I happen to have a powerful weapon. Oh, see, we got wood scraps on top of this wooden crate. That's kind of interesting. Those also count. Those don't work with woodchucker. Those are just straight up wood scraps. That's what you're actually collecting from the wood. We got some wood piles here. Wood pile, wood pile, wood pile. Wood piles. Sometimes you can collect from the random piles of logs. It seems to be few and far between though. Not entirely sure why. That's kind of silly that they put giant piles of wood that you can't harvest from. Wood scraps randomly on the ground. That's why it's kind of good to look around a lot. I found 2 first aid stations. Some different stuff around here on the ground. Let's go up the stairs and see if we can find any more wood up there, or what's up there. Wood crate, empty blood sack. Actually, I need that for plastic, I believe. 308 rounds, I don't use those, but that would go to that short hunting rifle right there, so if you're looking for a weapon. You got some ammo and a weapon, and it should usually be right there on that box for a low level. We got an ammo crate here. Some 45 ammo, blowtorch and fuse don't need. Antifreeze bottle, that's plastic, I need that. I'm collecting plastic so I can actually make bulk of the different items I collect, so I can store them easier, because when you bulk most items, they weigh less. Some wood scraps. Nothing out here on the roof. A lumberjack saw. I wonder what that does. I don't know. Let's take it and find out later. Okay. So, this side of the roof. Anything over here? Any bags or boxes on the roof? Not that I can see, so go down this ladder. And we already collected that one. So this room or building is done. Well, we have another building over here. Let's go check that out. Some rhododendron. scraps in the little rolling container there. Got a toolbox, which is empty for me. Might have something in it for you. Another wood pile. A little bit of plastic. Like I said, I need plastic. Another big wood pile that it won't let me collect from. Very odd. Oh, I hear another tick walking around. I don't know if you can hear that. It's like a little skittering sound. Oh, there was two of them. Oh! That's funny right there. I killed myself. This is why explosive weapons are not that nice. I have to go back in there, and if you look at the bottom center of my screen, it's got a little marker. When you die, if you have stuff in your junk pile, you drop a paper bag. You have to go back and collect it. Other people can take it, so you want to make sure that you go and get your junk bag. I just hit square twice to loot the whole thing all at once. You can hit X a bunch of times and loot it all individually if you'd like. Here's a lumber pile that I think you can collect from. Or not. Never mind. I'm wrong. That's okay. Better to check than and find out than not check and, hey, I could have found wood. Anyhow, wood piles. And just because it looks like one pile, you want to check around just to make sure that it's not. That's 3 piles right there, as a matter of fact. Here's a couple more here. So this is a great little building. As you saw, there's only, what, 3, 4, maybe 5 ticks that I've found so far. Easy to kill. They're only level 1. Oh, look, aluminum scrap and some gears. That's nice. Screwdriver, some acid, lead pipe, loose gears, combination wrench. There's stuff I'm taking because I know I need it, but you can take it all if you want. Just got to be careful when you're scrapping stuff later that you pay attention to what you're scrapping. I'll go over that also in this video when I'm done with this area, because we're going to go to the Overseer's camp. Some more loose gears. Beer. Hey, we all like beer. We can have some beer while we're sitting at the Overseer's camp. Concrete scraps. That's can you be used for building houses. More wood pile. Oh, look, more lumberjack saws. Let's see what those are. I don't even know if those are going in junk or not. Okay, we got some stairs going up again. Let's go upstairs and see what we have. Is there anything? Nope. Looks like it should be, concrete or something. Oh, a dead end. Oh, we'll just hop down here. Oh, old possum. That's some sort of beer, I believe. Again, you can loot anything you want to loot that pops up like this. Gears, aluminum scrap. This is a footlocker requiring 0 skill, so you can get a little bit of free experience for doing this. Oh. I'm not all that great at lockpicking. Takes practice. There we go. Just some random junk in here. Some loose screws, those are always good. Those are in high demand, hard to find. Well, not really hard to find if you know where to look, but... already loaded them. More stairs. Let's go check those out. See if those have anything up there. Side room. Looks like there's a small little campsite out here for somebody sitting in a chair who is now long past. We have a note, some beer, a hatchet, some buff out. Drugs are bad, okay? We got some wood pile. We'll hit those up. I think we're doing actually pretty well. I might head off to the Overseer's camp now. Unless I see some more wood along the way. Which, there's some out on the other side over there, but we're just going to head on out to the Overseer's camp. Now you'll have a quest marker that should show you where the Overseer's camp is from this if you went over here. I'm going to open my map, and I'm actually going to put a travel marker just on the other side of the Overseer's camp, so that way I can use my, down here in the bottom middle, that little teardrop looking thing, upside down teardrop actually. would be the marker for that I just placed. Aha! This is a log pile that you can salvage. Wood pile. Let's see. Harvest. You can harvest these multiple times. Twice for that one. I've hit a couple, three and four times, so I think it's just random on the time and day. Some wild mute fruit, or mut fruit, however you want to say it. I think it's mute fruit because mutation fruit. I don't know. I could be wrong. Yes, I'm babbling. I'm nervous. This is my first video. Now, if you run across the river, you may pick up some rads. However, if you just go up the path a little bit, you can cross the bridge and not pick up any rads. Rads are radiation for the new players who may be new to the Fallout world and not even know it. So go ahead and make fun of me, guys, if I'm being over-explanative. And here is the Overseer camp. As you can see, there'll be a bunch of quests here popping up if this is your first time visiting. Listen to the voice talking. That would be the Overseer. She tells you about the camp. She pops up a couple different quests. Tells you to, I believe, make some armor, make a weapon. There's a plan right here for metal beds. Pretty much every time you come to the camp, unless somebody else has taken it, there's a plan for metal beds. Some duct tape, a hammer, some other stuff inside this toolbox here. Also, you can do the quests. Got a little stash box. Got an armor station here. Got a cooking location here. A little chair to sit down. The Overseer's Cache. This is a place that usually has stuff in it for new players. There are some higher levels who will drop some stuff in here. There's usually always something in there for everybody. As you noticed, I grabbed some boiled water. So now we're going to go into the weapon station over here. You can do this at any station that has the scrap items option. Weapons workbench has it. You can see craft, scrap items, modify, repair. Armor workbench has it. Craft, scrap items, modify, repair. However, the cooking station does not have scrap. It just says craft. So I'm going to use the weapon station. To scrap items, I hit the square button. Now I go to weapons, and I remember I picked up that hatchet. So we highlight the hatchet, and then we hit, it shows us the stats of it right there. If you hit the X button once to scrap it, it tells you the item and tells you what you're going to get from it. Steel scrap, wood scrap. Hey, we're looking for wood, there's some more wood. So we hit accept, and it takes it out of your inventory. It reduces the weight by the 1 pound that it was. We go through to the other stuff that is scrappable. As you notice, these other screens are all empty because there's nothing in there that can be scrapped. Well, I don't want to scrap this. Nothing in there that can be scrapped. But when we get to junk, biometric scanner, it tells you what it'll turn into. Fiber optics, asbestos, nuclear material. Gives you a value of 28 caps. Its current weight is 0.75, so that's 3/4 of a pound, I guess. I don't know if they use pound or kilos or what they're actually using. I call it pounds, just for easier thought process. So that would be 3/4 of a pound for that biometric sensor. Now, it gives one of each: fiber optics, asbestos, nuclear material. We don't need those. We were looking for wood, and I was looking for plastic, but I grabbed it anyway. So we're going to scrap that, because it weighs 0.75, and if you notice, I have 306 of 385 for my weight. So we scrap that. Oh, it didn't change. The lumberjack saws are actually junk, and they are steel and wood. Each one is 3 steel, see how it's in the parentheses, and 1 wood. It's not going to put a 1 in parentheses, that'd just be silly. However, they are a ½ pound each. So now when I break this one down, my weight should go down by a pound. It went down to 305. We got 3 more of them, so it should go down another £1.5 pounds, maybe 2. Depends on what the decimals are. It doesn't show the decimals, so. Okay. Super thaw antifreeze, and this is why you want to go each item individually, so you can see what they create, and that way you know what to grab when you're out there looking. I'll show you another little trick afterwards, or not really a trick. Common knowledge for those of us who've played the other Fallouts, but anyone who hasn't might not know. ½ pound weight That'll lower me down some more. Acid and plastic, oil canister, steel and oil, combination wrench, steel and lead, used oil can, steel and oil, empty paint can, just steel, the tick blood sacks. Those turn into 2 antiseptic. However, I don't want to break them down because it takes, I believe, 2 of those to make a regular blood sac, which is used to create something else. Oh, an empty blood sac is actually antiseptic. Sorry, I was wrong. I thought that was plastic. Silver fork is silver. Okay. And there's all other things you can break down. If you have mods, they'll show up and break down. You cannot break down ammo yet, unfortunately. I wish you could, but you can't. So junk, mods. I don't believe there's any notes or hollows that you can break down. Sometimes there's some miscellaneous items in the higher level game that you can break down. I don't believe there's anything in aid. All kinds of things in apparel that you can break down, unless it's legendary. You cannot break down legendaries. Weapons, you can break stuff down. Now, if we go out, I will show you another little thing. If we go over to the junk tab. Now, you remember I broke down that fiber optics. Or, no, it wasn't fiber optics. Sorry. That other item, anyhow. If you look, there's weights. 0.01, 0.01. There's nothing that's anywhere near that 0.75 or 0.5. So by breaking items down, it reduces the weight. Okay? I do have a couple perks on it which reduce the weight further, but it still works that way. It still breaks things down. I'll actually take off those perks to prove my point. Pack rat is one of them. See, the weight of all junk items is reduced by 75% at level 3. I'll take that off. Bandolier is ammo, which we're not looking at. Traveling pharmacy is stim packs, which we're not looking at. And gain 40. Okay, I think that's actually the only one. So now let's go back up to items. And yes, it increased them from 0.01 to 0.03. And it actually raised me from 304 pounds in the bottom left there to 317 by taking that off. Because I have a lot of junk on me right now. And if you notice, there's 4 of those, 3 of those, 2 of those, so on and so forth. Now, here's one of the little tricks I was talking about showing you. If you're in this area, if you look at the bottom of the screen, you'll see R1 for component view. Hit R1 for component view. Now, I have acid in my inventory, so it's showing me what produces acid, or what the acid is, waste acid. There's also the option on the bottom right, or bottom right middle, it says tag for search. Now if I hit the X button, did you see the little magnifying glass show up? Hit it again, takes it off. Hit it again, puts it on. Hit it again, takes it off. I'm not looking for acid. I was looking for aluminum, so I have a magnifying glass on there. I'm not looking for antiseptic, asbestos, concrete, fertilizer, fiber optics, gears. I am looking for lead. Plastic, I'm definitely looking for plastic. Screws. And I didn't find any springs in this run, but these are the items that I have in my inventory. Okay. So if you do happen to find a spring or something that you think you're going to need, check back here often. Okay, again, to get here is circle to open your Pip-Boy, junk, R1 for component view once you're in your junk tab, and then you can select which items to look for. And as you may or may not have noticed, when I found something that I was looking for, it put a little magnifying glass next to it. That will work for inside boxes. Like if I go in here and I put the aluminum scrap in there, as you can see, if I'm looking at the box now from the outside, aluminum scrap 5. See the little magnifying glass? That's how I know I'm looking for it. I can take that. I don't want to leave that in there because I need it. However, as you just also noticed, you can put items into the Overseer's cache. So I'm actually going to go in here and I'm going to put some of the stuff that I don't want in there. So that way the next new person who comes along might take it, like it, be able to use it for their house or what have you. Sell it to the vendors. Who knows? You know, all kinds of things might happen. I like to put a little bit of ammo in there for newer characters. You know, here's some 308 ammo for the rifle that you may have taken. 10mm ammo for 10mm pistol if you find one. 44, you might find one of those. 38 for the pipe weapons. 45. I need that. I don't really use that. That'll just weigh a new person down. I'll also leave them a little bit of food too. I think I have some food here. I don't want to leave them anything that's going to rot on them. So. I can leave a few stim packs too. Why not? Now, there's a little bug that they haven't quite fixed, and it came when they changed the way the slider bar works. If you go too far, on the item quantity it doesn't matter, but if you're working with the caps, when you're trying to sell items to people, it jumps over to 25,000 if you go past the 0, which really stinks. Do I have anything I can give them? Oh, preserved pincher mass, there we go. Sugar bombs. Cheese. And I think I had some boiled water up here, didn't I? Yep. I'll leave them the 15 boiled water, because I can just turn on this. Oh, it's full. Okay, so I can't leave them 15. Oh, it looks like there's 13 of 20 in this particular cache, so I'll leave them the 7 to fill it out. Oh, might let me put one more. Let's find out. One more? No, it's full now. So yeah. Oh, we have a new player right there. Whether they're a high level with a second character or just a new player, we don't know. So I'm going to motion for him to come over here. And I'm actually going to be a nice guy and not a high level like the rest of them. Oh, not, I shouldn't say like the rest of them, but there's a lot of people that aren't very nice. Let's see if he comes over here. No, I'm telling him to come over here. Come over here, dude. Don't wave to me. Come get some stuff. Come get some stuff. Shoot in a box. Here, I'll switch to my other weapon. Oh, he's going for it, I think. Oh, I don't have any ammo for that weapon. This weapon. This right here. Check the box. Box. He might have the quests and he'll get to the box eventually, but looks like he's got the machete on. I took the 308 rounds back out so I can have something for this weapon. He's cooking at the moment. I was going to show you that in a second, but I'll let him finish. This is the camp item. When you place it, it turns into that. It's a little boxy looking thing. Okay, so I'm going to go to the cooking stove. I hit the X button. Yes, my bald head. Okay, so you have a menu that shows up like this. All drinks, all food, healing, meat, plants, prepared, utility. As you can see, a lot of it is grayed out. On the right-hand side, it means I can't make it. I can make boiled water as it's white there. So, the other thing you can do is you hit toggle craftable items only, L3, which if you don't know, that's clicking down on the left joystick. And it eliminates all the gray things and shows only the stuff that I can make. See what we got. Boiled water, mute fruit juice, simple soup flour tea, fire cap soup, pumpkin soup. Prepared stuff, plants, it's all, it shows the stuff that you can make from the other stuff. All food is just the soups, because soup is the best to make. Because if you look at like the fire cap soup over here, it says food and water. It produces both. This is a survival game. You need to watch your food and water. So making soup is the best bet. Like I said, fire cap is a little on the rare side. Pumpkins, you'll find plenty of those a little later on in the game. There's some areas you can go. I'm just going to make those right now real quick. And as you notice, there's also other benefits from food and water. Like the pumpkin soup gives you hit points for, I think it's 30 seconds. And then that gives you 2 perception points for a half hour. So that's pretty impressive right there. As you can see, it takes 1 boiled water, 1 pumpkin, and 1 wood. Another reason you want a lot of wood. I started out with only 3 wood. Or no, I started out with 0 wood, actually. So, as you see, I've made, what, 3 items? So I had 304 wood in that little bit of time. Pretty easy to find. You just gotta take your time and actually explore. All done with that. So it says no items in food. It's still showing me boiled water for drinks. So I'll make some boiled water. Boiled water is dirty water, 2 dirty water and 1 wood. And again, like I said, this is a survival game. You need drinks. You can drink just boiled water. You don't have to make the mute fruit juice, the simple soot flower tea, or any of that stuff. I'm making it because it gives bonuses. See, hit points and agility. Water 15 versus just water, water 15. Hit points. So boiled water is hit points and water 15. Mute fruit is hit points and agility and water 15. Boiled water weighs 0.08. Mute fruit juice weighs 0.05. So mute fruit juice is lighter than the water, but takes more ingredients. Well, the wood would be for the fire, I understand that, but adding water and mute fruit, shouldn't that make it heavier? I don't know. Again, there's some weird math at work here. I'm just going to make those up real quick. Oh, I collected a lot of soot flour, so I'm going to need a lot of boiled water. I have a lot of dirty water because my house is near a pond, and I tend to collect a lot of dirty water before I leave it. Oh, I think the new guy is talking to me. Or giving me emotes. There. That's enough. I created all my teas and stuff.
Buddy.
Oh, he's talking to me. What's up?
Just starting out here, so thanks for leaving the stuff in the case there.
You're welcome. I'm actually making a video for new players.
Ah, that's cool. Have a good time, man. Thanks a lot for the inventory.
You as well. Enjoy. So see, he's a nice guy. He was very thankful. Thank you for watching. And again, sorry for my stuttering, skipping speech and whatnot. But hopefully this works for some people.